Chapter 3. Life as refugees in Kampong Thom provincial town. After fierce fighting during the night, the Khmer Rouge and Viet Cong had retreated. In the early morning hours, the village lay eerily quiet, broken only by the crowing of roosters and the distant thrum of combat helicopters. Before long, we saw soldiers dressed in uniform, ammunition strapped across their chests, carrying automatic rifles and grenade launchers. They moved cautiously in 2 rows along the river road. At any sign of danger, their commander would raise his hand, signaling silence and caution. The soldiers dropped to their knees, ready for an attack, but no skirmishers came. The Khmer Rouge and Viet Cong had already withdrawn. Once the soldiers passed, people began returning, some to their homes, others fleeing toward the town, fearing their villages were no longer safe. The Republican troops advanced quickly toward the provincial town. By afternoon, we followed them into Kampong Thom town. There was no time to return home. We arrived in the late afternoon. Refugees were everywhere, hospitals, schools, under trees. We found shelter in a damaged classroom, its roof shattered by artillery. To protect ourselves, we stacked wooden tables, and slept beneath them. That night, the Viet Cong and Khmer Rouge attacked again. Shells struck hospitals, schools, and the market. One shell hit our classroom. It exploded on the roof, deflected by a tree branch. The blast was deafening. We were terrified. Flares lit up the fields, exposing battlefields in the open. Helicopters fired relentlessly. War showed no mercy, not to Khmer, not to Vietnamese. By morning, the fighting subsided. Khmer Republican soldiers had pushed the enemy back. In the morning, we found shelter in a relative's home near the market. Living as refugees, food was scarce. Supplies came from the sky, but enemy fire made landing impossible. So, planes flew very high and dropped supplies and ammunition, some with and others without parachutes. Some parachutes drifted into enemy territory, others fell into the river or onto homes, causing destruction. Kampong Thom was completely cut off, by road, and by water. A humanitarian group gathered refugee children in an old damaged building in the provincial town. They provided food and basic lessons, leaving their parents more time to focus on other activities or find additional food to ease the shortage. When shells fell, we hid in an abandoned pool. In our spare time, we played with bullets. Even turning unexploded ordnance into fireworks, we were not afraid. War had shaped us. At night, we watched the sky, flares, gunfire, explosions, a terrifying spectacle that became normal. One night, a shell struck a soldier guarding the water tower. His body fell into the reservoir, the water turned blood red. We turned to river water, for bathing, cooking and laundrying. At night, we had to use candles and kerosene for light. Life during that time was so dangerous, and we were using everything sparingly. One night, the Viet Cong entered the town, but they could not hold it. Many were killed, others surrendered, but mercy did not exist in war. We remained in Kampong Thom, caught between fear and survival, until near the end of 1970 when a new chapter of life began.